That's something to think about. Okay, one more. Inner stem here, I was able to peel it away from the thumb and it came loose. That's something to think about. Okay, one more time. So we come in here now. So we're just doing our little flow. I'm looking for strikes with the butt. I'm engaging here. See, same thing we do where we hook and pull in when a guy strikes. We try to pull it in and hang on to it. Hit here. I'll break again, so we start again. So I'm moving with him. See where that is? You want to feel all this stuff, right? You might go from here. Well, now we're in this position. Now I'm grabbing his thumb. I'm stroking right here, okay? Now I'm just going to pull out. You're going to feel all this stuff. If you don't get crazy, see, this is really easy to see because we're going slow enough. We don't want to flow too fast right now, because if you go too fast, you don't see. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Go ahead. If we start doing all that, you're going to get sloppier than hell, and you're going to not even remember half of what you just did, right? That's the beauty and benefit of doing slow flow training. It allows your body, your mind's taking snapshots. It's like you're taking little still pictures of what's happening. That's going in the brain and that's going into the nervous system. Your body's memorizing this stuff faster than you could if we were doing this like we used to do in a karate style, where he'd feed one and I go 1, 2, 3, and this really set thing, and do that 400 times. It makes you have a false sense of functionality and security because the pattern is so set that you can make it really smooth. It's not grungy, dirty, and spontaneous and unpredictable like real combat when you train stuff that way. That's also why it takes 1,000 years, in a sense, using that approach of these set pattern responses to things to ever be able to do them in flow, because you're used to that set pattern over and over and over again, and then as soon as something in that pattern is off, it throws you off. Why? Because you're training the pattern all the time. So we don't have a pattern, we're just working some principles. Here they are. I engage and I stay sticky with the weapon arm. As he's moving, I feel where I can hit him. He keeps moving, he keeps moving. So see, now I'm playing with this other hand too. I'm constantly hitting him. Don't freeze. Yeah, stay, but go slow and light. And I'm feeling for things like this. Now here's another weird fulcrum hit. It just came out. Hit him here. Now I got his stick and I hit him here and I hit him here. He's got it again. We come in here. This time I might pass it this way and I stay sticky with him and I hit on the way out. Hit here. Arrest this motion. Hit him here. This kind of stuff. I can jab. See, and now it's takedown principles, right? I can go here, break his structure. I'm holding him here. Oh, now my elbow might come in. Don't throw in that many elements unless you just really, really feel it. So I'm trying to give you something that's in between doing too much and not doing enough. Stay slow the way we just did and feel it out. And I'm going to run around and jump in and help. But is this, you get where we're getting at, right? Don't go chasing a disarm. If we're in this flow and we're moving and hitting, and if I just feel it, I'll take it. But don't chase it, because you get hung up on chasing it, and then out of left field comes this other arm and punches you right in the head because you're too focused on right. Okay? All right, let's give it a whack.
Go.
So here's what we were doing with this. He feeds, right? And I'm coming in and I'm using sensitivity here to feel where to go and to try to keep the stick off me. And then when I feel it's right, I hook, right, and pull. Now, jumping into a much more likely practical realm is if you carry something like this on the street, right? You've got your little, not a folding baton, it's an umbrella. It's your Umbrashoot, right? Yeah. Your umbrella, right? So, same idea, except now here's what's different. I grip this smaller lever in the middle, right? So it comes in now. So now everything's right into a hook and pull, right into strike, 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 strike. Real simple. It's a cool idea. But the idea, see, that could be a hit right off the bat too, right? It could be like a bounce, boom. Now what's that remind you of? Something else that we do, right? Which is go ahead, throw it. It just flows, right? Boom, 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 boom. It's the same idea. But now you've got this nice little thing that's a lot harder, and it's a hooking tool, right? hook and pull, strike, hit, hook, pull, strike, hit, hook, pull, and then you can start grabbing them here. You can use that to put a lot of ouchie on the guy. Then you start messing with this structure. You could be hitting them, you know. It's so easy to figure out how to use this. And this is, now we're into something that you want to carry something on the street, nobody's going to say that's a weapon. It's a friggin' umbrella. Or I walk around, I had to put duct tape on it, I've torn this up. You just got a little magazine, or a thicker magazine's great. Like Playboy, I mean like Esquire, or whatever.
Boys
Life, yeah.
A Uline catalog.
Yeah, Boys Life. Yeah. Montgomery Ward, remember those guys? That was going back in our days, right?
Yeah,
Okay. But it's the same idea, you know, you're just carrying a little magazine, and we can even do an empty hand for a minute too. That's probably more practical. See, I just hook and pull him in, because then I can just jab him, right? Or I can just be hit, just start hitting immediately. See, all it's doing is, think of this as taking the power of your punch and focusing it to a stiffer object that's just focusing the force of that blow. That's what's nice. And you're not busting up your knuckles if you accidentally hit hard bone, which is what happens when people punch, right? Okay? So, rolled up magazine, umbrella are probably two of the most common things you might carry around. I like the umbrella idea the best because I don't walk around with magazines myself, you know, but plenty of times I carry something like this around, just because I'm outdoors a lot in my job, and I get caught in major downpours, and I have to look halfway decent a lot of times. So, you know, you might want to, because this is practical stuff, you might want to go out sometime and just go to wherever, Target or whatever, and get a couple of cheap ones for practicing with, and then get a nicer one that you want to really carry around. It's a good practical thing to have something that's a weapon, and it's justifiable because, hey, I just defended myself with my umbrella, you know, that kind of thing, right? So, now what we'll do to simulate this is, how many guys you got? 1, 2, 3, okay. So here's the training version. They're just these shorter sticks, right? So we switch sticks now. Okay. And here's one here. And here's one here. We only need one per group. So put the longer stick down for a minute. This is closer to the more common folding umbrellas that I've carried are really closer to this length. I don't usually, when I carry them, I don't usually carry one that small. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, in some ways that might be better. So here's all I want to have you guys do starting off. Go ahead and drop it for a minute. I'll use mine. So we'll just work off that one angle, that common reaching, grabbing, or striking arm. And all I'm going to have you guys do this first round is hook it and pull it in and come right in. Right? So you're holding it in the middle, right? He throws it, hook, and strike. Just start with that, okay? Good. A while ago we were working on this idea that when a guy strikes, you're coming in here and you're using your stick as a controlling tool and as a sensitivity extension of your arm, and then going from here, okay? Well, this time it's a little more, how shall I say? It's a little more simplistic in a sense, and it's a little more mean. It's a little more super combat. But don't worry, because you're not going to get hit. But so now the idea is, he feeds that one, and that's what happens. So really all it is, go slow, it's this. I'm just stroking him twice. So he'll step in, right? It's like, I don't even contend with that. I'm immediately cracking him in the head 2 times really hard. And that's the idea, right? So then the other part of this would be, he comes in and he gets the hit, and if let's say I miss, or he steps out of the way and he throws that punch on the other side, then I'm using what we just learned with the hooking to you take care of it with the butt of the stroke. So this is kind of a real simple approach. You just come in here, the other hand comes, you pull it. Then you just hard horizontal hits on the way out. Okay, so we're kind of, I hate doing sequences sort of, but I want you to get the feel. So he steps in, the first shot's here, he throws his punch here, and then I'm just going to horizontal slash out hard. Don't think of them as slashes though. What these really are, it's a hard strike. So that means your hand position holding the stick. To make this like a punch, the hand has to be in a punch position, right, to make it solid. So it'd be a solid hit and a solid hit on this horizontals. It's not a sword. It's a blunt striking weapon. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Don't actually make contact in the drill, except for when he throws that. So when he goes here and I hit him, here, step out of the way after you throw it, and throw the hook immediately, which would be a common thing, see? Then I'll come into it. The idea now is to transition from what you do here to quickly have in the circle and use your hooking and pulling motion with the other end of the baton, right? So that you're incorporating. Okay? Got it? Get it?
Got it.
Do it.